Class deals with two issues: regulation of business and business ethics. What we don't like about a corporation. In regulation of business, we're looking at the laws, the rules in the United States, but also in other parts of the world that regulate business conduct. Everything from what kind of business entity to set up, how companies are going to be taxed on their profits and investments, issues related to intellectual property or labor and employment that affect doing business. You're not selling outside of Los Angeles. I tried to cover some areas that people or companies are going to be most interested in, especially when they're trying to do international business or coming to the United States. All right, if I'm setting up a business here, what are some of the rules I have to be aware of? How should I structure my business? How is the government going to regulate my business? A is going to have 3 people on the board, B and C are going to have nobody. I also covered business ethics, so that when you're making business decisions, what thought process should go into account in terms of the consequences of my actions as a corporate manager. So it's not just about the law, it's also about corporate behavior and how people should behave in a corporate setting when they're dealing with customers, society, etc. The reason for that is intellectual property is in my view, one of the most important regulatory frameworks that companies need to understand, because when you're in a creative industry, the creation of the people in that industry, whether it's music or art or a unique business concept in terms of a logo or a name, that's their work product. A lot of times there's a lack of understanding about how what you create becomes property, and it is property that is owned, and there are a set of rules about how you can protect that property from being taken by others. So I try to introduce basic concepts. I frame them in terms of case problems and hypothetical situations, so the students have an opportunity to talk about and think about some of the issues that come up, and they're not always clear-cut issues. And then after the students have discussed the case, the issue, or the hypothetical, we then go back to the rules to see what are the rules and how maybe that decision should have been made in terms of the rules. If you can establish that I hope that what they get out of it is that as they move forward in their businesses, they think about some of the issues that we discussed in terms of, am I acting ethically? Am I creating something? And am I doing the best thing possible to protect this for myself or for the company? And when I'm doing business, I now know to ask certain questions about the regulatory framework of where I'm doing business so that I don't get myself in trouble.